Today, we are talking about what to pack for your Mexican Riviera cruise so you feel prepared from your very first travel day all the way through debarkation morning.
We aren't trying to help you bring more just to bring more. We are talking about packing smarter. The goal is to have exactly what you need, avoid the things that create travel stress, and skip the heavy bags that you end up wrestling with before the cruise even begins. Hi, I'm Pat.
And I'm Kathy.
And we are Calm Sea Cruise. Before you pull the suitcase out, you have to look closely at your specific itinerary. A Mexican Riviera cruise sounds like a single packing category, but the ports and the time of year change the game.
That is such an important point because a lot of people pack for tropical weather and completely forget they are sailing around California. If you're leaving from San Pedro, Long Beach, or San Diego, you will likely start the trip in a sweatshirt or a light jacket with those breezy Pacific morning embarkations. A day or two later, you'll be walking around Cabo in intense sun and high temperatures. Let's talk about the most critical bag of the trip, your embarkation day carry-on. This is the backpack, tote, or small roller bag that stays in your physical possession when you check your large luggage at the terminal. Your checked bags can take several hours to arrive at your cabin, so anything you need for the first afternoon must live in that bag.
That means your passport, official travel documents, cruise boarding passes, government IDs, credit cards, phones, glasses, and daily medications. Just keep the bag manageable. Don't make it so heavy that you're exhausted from dragging it through the buffet, the elevators, the stairs, and crowded decks while waiting for the staterooms to open. Sea days on the Pacific require versatile, comfortable clothing. You want outfits that transition smoothly from tracking steps on the promenade deck to attending trivia, eating a casual lunch, or relaxing in an adults-only solarium. For men, this means high-quality shorts, casual moisture-wicking polos, lightweight travel pants, and a versatile quarter-zip or light jacket.
For women, capris, breathable linen tops, casual sundresses, and a dependable cardigan or wrap. Cruise ships are notorious for dramatic temperature shifts, sweltering out by the pool but freezing inside the main theater. Focus on pieces that easily mix and match. A few neutral bottoms paired with multiple colorful tops will save an incredible amount of suitcase space.
Yeah, evening dress codes depend entirely on the cruise line you select. But the trend across the industry has leaned much more casual. Most nights are cruise casual, meaning slacks, khakis, or nice dark washed pair of jeans is fine. With a collared button down or polo shirt, that'll work fine for men. You can easily throw on a sport coat if you enjoy dressing up.
For women, a beautiful maxi dress, a comfortable jumpsuit, or dressy pants paired with a nice blouse is ideal. Most cruise lines feature one or two dressier nights, often called elegant night or formal night. You do not need a tuxedo or an evening gown unless you want to participate in all the glamour.
The golden rule here is to prioritize comfort. The biggest packing mistake is bringing an outfit that looks great for a 10-minute photo opportunity, but feels incredibly restrictive during a 3-hour specialty dinner and a theater show.
For a Mexican Riviera itinerary, you only need 3 main categories for your shoes. Comfortable walking sneakers, casual pool sandals or slip-ons, and 1 pair of nice shoes for dinner.
The sun along the Mexican Riviera is incredibly intense, making comprehensive sun protection really non-negotiable. You need high SPF sunscreen, polarized sunglasses to cut the harsh ocean glare, and broad-brimmed hats that protect your face, ears, and neck.
And don't forget the SPF lip balm as well. The lips can become blistered and that can be really miserable. A lightweight long sleeve UPF sun shirt is an absolute lifesaver for long boat rides, snorkeling excursions, or extended afternoon walks along the open decks.
When you step off the ship, your port bag needs to be secure, lightweight, and streamlined. We always recommend a high-quality crossbody bag or a compact anti-theft backpack. A zippered bag keeps your hands completely free to hold handrails, navigate steps, or take photos. Inside your port bag, you should also carry your official ship ID card, government photo ID, sunscreen, sunglasses, hand sanitizer, basic tissues, and a bottle of water.
And make sure to bring cash in small US dollar denominations, 1s, 5s, and 10s. Small bills are incredibly useful for tipping tour guides, paying taxi drivers, or purchasing handmade items from local street vendors who cannot make change for large bills.
All right, this next section is critical for anyone cruising after 50. Build a customized health kit for every voyage. This includes basic over-the-counter pain relievers, antacids, antidiarrheal medication, cold medicines, antihistamines, bandages, and specialized blister care pads. If you wear prescription eyeglasses or contacts, always pack a backup pair. You never know when you're going to need it.
And even if you consider yourself a seasoned traveler who rarely deals with motion sickness, the Pacific Ocean can surprise you. The coastal waters along the Baja Peninsula and California can experience significant swells, particularly on the sea days heading back north toward home ports.
Yeah, we've had that before.
Mm-hmm.
It is always smart to be proactive. Pack over-the-counter motion sickness medications, natural ginger chews, or acupressure wristbands, whatever works for you.
Cruise ship cabin storage space is premium. To keep your stateroom clutter-free, we recommend utilizing compression packing cubes. They allow you to organize your clothing by category, unpack into the cabin drawers in under 5 minutes, and keep your clothes organized.
All right, here's another fantastic tip. Most cruise ship cabin walls are made of solid steel, meaning they are completely magnetic. Pack a few or more heavy-duty magnetic hooks. You can stick them directly to the walls or ceiling to hang up your daily shore excursion hats, your lanyards, cruise itineraries, and lightweight port bags, keeping the main desk surfaces entirely clear. If you have a shower curtain instead of a door, you can also use those hooks to keep the shower curtain back so it's not grabbing you. We also throw in a compact pop-up mesh laundry hamper to keep dirty clothes off the closet floor, and a hanging toiletry organizer to maximize the small bathroom counter space.
Modern cruising requires a fair amount of technology: phones, smartwatches, tablets, e-readers, and cameras. That means managing a web of charging cables. Gather all your cords into a dedicated electronics pouch and verify they work before leaving home. A high-capacity portable power bank is essential for port days. Running your phone camera for photos, recording videos, and utilizing the cruise line's app for onboard scheduling drains phone batteries very quickly.
So here's a major safety warning. Cruise lines strictly prohibit standard household surge-protected power strips because those pose a severe fire risk to the ship's electrical grid. If you need extra outlets, you must purchase a certified, non-surge protected multi-plug adapter, assuming your cruise line even allows that, specifically designed for cruise ships. Or your item will be confiscated at the security scanner. If you travel with essential medical electronics like a CPAP machine, notify the cruise line. If their special needs department will in advance, they will arrange to have an extension cord and distilled water waiting safely in your stateroom upon arrival.
That is our ultimate packing guide for a spectacular Mexican Riviera cruise. The secret is simply packing for warm ports, cooler California travel days, breezy open decks, and smooth transitions. You don't need to bring everything, you just need to bring the right things.
We would absolutely love to hear from you down in the comment section below. What is the one essential item you never sail with on a Mexican Riviera itinerary? And if you recently visited Cabo, Ensenada, Catalina, what did you pack that you were incredibly glad you did? Now, if this video provided real value for you today, please give it a thumbs up. It makes a massive difference for supporting our channel. And if you love practical tips, sport guides, detailed ship tours, and authentic travel experience tailored for cruising after 50, please hit that subscribe button and join the Calm Sea Cruise family. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, we wish you calm seas and happy cruising.
Bye, everyone.